There's no other way to start this. Holy crap. Victoria, it is clear that you've spent a lot of time doing public speaking, regardless of whether or not you're new in this club. I found very little to criticize, but I do have some recommendations. The first thing I wanted to cover down on is that you achieved something that you set out to do in your speech, and that was bringing me back to a moment in my life. You talked about this experience where you were working with a trainer, a coach, a mentor, and they gave you a moment and gave you a piece of advice and said, okay, don't do this thing. And then you did the thing, and then immediate repercussion on it. I used to fence, and I fenced with a gold medalist, and she warned me explicitly about keeping my guard up. And I was going up against this kid, Raleigh, and he was 210 pounds of pure muscle, about this high, and could levitate himself vertically on a bar like that.
Oh.
And I left my guard down, and he pinged me right in the neck one time with a lunge that almost put me on the floor. So you took me back to that moment just with your speech. Eye contact, phenomenal. Gesturing, purposeful, phenomenal, outstanding. When you were at ease, you were at ease. When you were talking about the moments, you were talking about the moments. Every single point hit. The only area of opportunity that I have for you has to do with vocal variety. And you made up for this partially through your speech. You did the thing where you shouted out that one moment, but you do tend to be a little bit monotone. When you are, it was purposeful and it was part of the speech, but still, I'd like to hear a little bit more vocal variety. I didn't catch a single so no pause filler, nothing. It was outstanding. It was probably the best icebreaker speech that I've seen. Keep doing what you're doing. This group will help you grow. That's the beautiful thing about Toastmasters. It helps people who are already eloquent in their speech. It helps people who are already poised. It helps them grow in that. So I would just challenge you to hear the one or two things that I've mentioned and move forward, keep on keeping on. Thank you, Victoria.